YouTube, what's up? It's your daddy Loving. But y'all knew my real name. Today I'm coming at y'all with a tutorial. I haven't did one of these in a long time, but I finally decided to stay in my lane and kind of hog it. So my client today, he ain't getting nothing too out of pocket. He ain't getting nothing too special. He gonna lower his top down to a 1 and he gonna fade the sides all around. That's about it. Ain't nothing too extravagant, but I'm gonna walk y'all through each and every one of those steps. I perfect this fade that this client is asking for. That's it. That's all. We're gonna jump straight into it right now.
Bad in the mistress, know my main type of misfits. Lane switch on I ride, it's raining outside, I hope I don't hit you. I'm a time bomb, tick, tick, Rich Mill, that's some Rick.
Alright, y'all, so to kick this one off, I had already combed the client's hair, and then I got that 1/2 on it, going all the way around the head. So I started with the 1/2 all the way open, all the way around the head, and then as I'm realizing like the desired length he actually want, I close it later on. Alright, and then I come in with my Gold Babyless FX and I make my first ball guideline. So he wanted a fade. He normally get a tape, but he wanted a fade. And as you can see, like, he has an imperfection on the back of his neck. So when I do the ball guideline, I go on top of his imperfection instead of digging in it. Then I take my seniors and I go in all the way open, and we're going to make our first initial guideline. I go up about 1/2 inch because of his hair texture. Like, if I was to go up more than 1/2 inch, it'll make the fade stretch further. And his hair texture, I don't think it'll look right. So I go up just about 1/2 inch all the way open, keeping everything consistent and everything parallel. Then I jump straight in trigger plan to knock out that line we created between that ball and that open. I like to knock lines out as we proceed in the fade just to have it out the way already. Then I come in there with my 1 on there all the way open, making our second initial guideline, going up about 1/2 inch again. You want to keep these real consistent, because if you go up too far with your second initial guideline, then your fade gonna have like a bottleneck. It's gonna look weird in one part. So right here I'm showing y'all that line that I'm finna take out now. I got my 1/2 all the way open, but here I'm flicking out because I don't want to make another line. If we make another line, we then will be cutting into what we took it down with. So it's going to be hard to kind of fade it and blend it in. So once we get to that top, we flick out. I know y'all can't really see it, but I'm actually flicking out to prevent me from making another guideline. Right here, I drop back down on my 1 just to clean up. I see anything in the mirror, I just go ahead and put the initial guard on there and clean it on up. And then I just grab my liners. He said he didn't want none of his facial hair. He wasn't trying to grow none of that out. So went ahead and I just cut all that off. He said he's going to keep the chin hair though. So we just cleaning up his face. And we go over and do the same thing we did on one side. We're going to do to another side. So I don't initially have to do a voiceover for here. Y'all just kind of, you know, put 2 and 2 together. And especially for the beginners, I want y'all to kind of like figure out what's going on based on the voiceover that I gave y'all for the other side. So for the line up, prepping is essential. So I go ahead and I grab my holding spray, and then I take my brush. I brush it all down to keep the hairs in place. As y'all can see, he kind of got like a widow's peak, and then on one side of his head is pushed back further than the other side. So I don't initially do pushbacks on his head because of how it is and how his head shaped. So I kind of just try to keep it as natural as I can. I push the widow's peak back just a little bit so I can you know, at least have a straight line. But when I'm cutting into those parts that's uneven, I try to keep it as even as one side is, if that makes sense. I come in with my Barber Magic pencil and I just outline the lineup already. Most people don't need it, but if they ask for it upon request, or if I feel like they do need that extra little step, you know what I'm saying, I go ahead and I add that in. And I'm going to come back with my trimmer. I'm going to blend it in, and then I'm going to come back with my razor and I'm going to give it that pop. So as far as the razor go, like I had said in a previous video, if we got any beginners that kind of want to practice, or people that's not that confident, go ahead and just practice with a water balloon or a regular balloon. I like the dry shave, that's just my preference, but if you want to practice with shave gel, shaving cream, go ahead and put that on a balloon and go ahead and just try to shave it off. If you pop it, you can basically say that you cut your client. So go ahead and practice like that before you just hop in somebody's head. But once you get the hang of it, y'all gonna understand that shaving using the razor is the real like OG. A lot of people like the fact that I use the razor. It's just better. YouTube, this is basically the finishing cut. I'm not gonna show y'all the back of his head because like I said, he got an imperfection that I don't want y'all to see. But he looking good, he looking clean, he looking crispy, his fade looking all even. We kept the hairline as natural as it grows. If they got any beginners out there looking for inspiration, looking for somebody that's like them, looking for somebody that don't have the latest equipment, who need just inspiration just to get started, follow me. Like, comment, share, subscribe, turn your post notifications on so you can know when I drop. Y'all keep following the wave. And with that being said, I'm out.